Hey friends, welcome back. Have you ever found yourself wide awake at 2 a.m., heart racing, while the rest of the world is asleep? No noise around you, just that battlefield inside your own mind. Thoughts running wild, replaying old conversations from years ago, overanalyzing messages you wish you hadn't sent. You feel every scar you thought had healed start to ache again, and you wonder, why can't I just turn this off? But the more you try to silence those thoughts, the louder they seem to get. That's not random. It's not weakness. It's just part of being human. And that raw, restless chaos inside, that's exactly why this video exists. If you're watching, maybe you're tired. Not the sleepy kind, more like the soul-deep kind. Tired of pretending you're okay. Tired of carrying pain behind a smile. Tired of moving through the day with invisible wounds no one notices. You wake up exhausted, fake your strength, and keep pushing. But inside, it feels like you're walking barefoot on broken glass. And still, you keep going. That's not failure. That's fire. Quiet strength burning through the struggle. But even fire needs direction, or it'll burn everything down. The truth is, nobody teaches us how to fight the enemy we can't see. They show us how to fix broken phones, but not broken minds. How to share perfect moments online, but not how to handle private breakdowns. We're expected to hold it together, even when we're falling apart inside. That silence, that pretending, it's what traps so many of us in emotional quicksand, smiling on the outside, but screaming inside. You're not broken, you're buried. And this video, it's a shovel. Listen closely. This isn't about toxic positivity or forcing calm. It's not some just think happy thoughts nonsense. This is about a different kind of battle, a war against the part of you that drags you down, against the voice inside telling you you're never enough, against the habits that numb pain without healing it. Because the real enemy isn't your ex, your boss, or your past. It's that voice telling you you're powerless. Today, we quiet that voice. Stoicism doesn't tell you to suppress your emotions. It teaches you not to be a slave to them. Marcus Aurelius didn't say feel nothing. He said, control what you let control you. Your emotions can be strong, they can rage, but they don't get to rule you. Your past might knock, but it doesn't get to move in. Your mind might scream, but it doesn't get the final say. That's power, that's control, and that's what we're going to build together. So don't scroll away. Don't let your mind convince you to watch this later, because that's how the old pattern wins, by delaying the very thing that could set you free. Right now, you're standing at a door that only opens from the inside. You have a choice. You can walk through it, or you can stay stuck, watching the same cycle repeat itself. The choice is yours. If you're ready, listen closely. I'm going to share 5 principles, not empty motivation, not feel-good quotes, but grounded, time-tested, stoic truths that help you take back control. Not just over your schedule, but over your soul, your focus, your mind. If your emotions ever feel like they're hijacking you, this is your roadmap back home. If your mind has ever tried to tear you apart, hit that like button. If you've ever felt like no one understands what you're going through, subscribe. Share this with someone who's quietly drowning behind a smile, and drop into the comments a quiet declaration. I will not let my mind control me. I control my mind. This isn't just another video, it's a mirror. When we're done, you won't just recognize yourself, you'll rebuild yourself, thought by thought, piece by piece, battle by battle. Let's begin. Number 1, silence the noise before it becomes your voice. There's a thief living in your mind, a voice that sounds like you, moves like you, breathes like you, but it's not really you. It's a patchwork of every time you were mocked, rejected, or ignored. That voice wasn't born inside you. It was injected through cracks you didn't even know were there. When you were too young, too quiet, too soft to say, enough. Now it plays on repeat, day after day, telling you you're not enough, you'll never matter, you deserve this pain. Lie after lie, until it no longer sounds like a lie. It sounds like your identity. Here's the hard truth. That voice is a parasite. It's not your intuition. It's not your conscience. It's an intruder. And if you don't wake up and shut that door, it will rewrite your life in its own language. Fear, self-doubt, and silence. Stoicism wasn't born in comfort. It wasn't penned by men sipping wine safely inside walls. It was forged in pain, betrayal, war, and exile. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." That's not just a metaphor, it's a warning. If you let those infected thoughts multiply, you'll rot from the inside out. Your actions will follow lies. Your eyes will see threats where there is peace. Your relationships will be built on suspicion. You won't live. You'll only react to shadows. But silence, that is the rebellion. Not the kind of silence that runs away. Not the kind that hides. I'm talking about fierce silence. The kind that stares right into the chaos of your own mind and says, let's go. No distractions, no scrolling, no numbing. Just you, face to face with the storm. The thoughts will come like knives. Shame, regret, ghosts from your past you thought were buried. Don't blink. Don't push them away. Let them come. Let them scream. Because if you can sit in that storm without losing your breath, without losing yourself, you win. You reclaim yourself. Your mind will try to choke you right when you're closest to breaking free. It will weaponize your memories. It will drag you into fights that never happened. It will tell you she'd left because you weren't enough. They laughed because you're nothing. Your future is just a rerun of your past. But it's bluffing. It's all noise. Noise only has power if you answer it like truth. You don't fight noise by shouting back. You don't outrun it. You outlast it. You let it punch itself out. And when it tires, you rise. You step over it like a king walking through rubble. And in that moment, the divine split happens. Your true voice begins to rise. Not the programmed one. Not the scared, desperate, people-pleasing echo. I'm talking about the voice that was always there, waiting to be heard. When they told you to be nice, be quiet, be small, that voice inside you, it doesn't beg, it doesn't scream, it doesn't need an audience. It commands, calm, precise, unyielding. It walks into chaos and calls it home. When you reclaim that voice, you stop chasing validation like a starving dog. You stop explaining your worth. You stop folding at the first sign of rejection. You stop handing out pieces of yourself just to be seen. That voice reminds you, I am enough. I don't owe anyone softness when the world handed me storms. I don't lower my volume for those who can't handle my truth. And no, that's not arrogance. That's not ego. That's healing, hardened into steel. Every scar transformed into armor. That's what Stoicism teaches. Not to hide emotions, but to own them. Not to escape the battlefield of the mind, but to master it through fire and discipline. The true warrior isn't loud. He's not desperate. He's focused. He's silent. Because the loudest voices often belong to the weakest minds. So the next time the noise rises, let it. Don't panic. Don't flinch. Just stand firm, like a mountain surrounded by thunder, like a lion staring into the storm with blood in his teeth. You don't need to destroy the noise. You just need to stop mistaking it for truth. Let it scream. Let it curse. Let it rage. Then walk through it as if it was never there. Because when you stop reacting, when you stop flinching, when you stop believing that voice, you become something unshakable, something untouchable, something divine. And That's where your real story begins. Number 2, stop letting emotions drive the steering wheel. Snap once, and you shatter trust like glass dropped from a rooftop. One glare, one message, one wave of heat rising up your spine like a demon waking from sleep. And just like that, you explode. Not because you're evil or cruel, but because you weren't present. You were hijacked by the storm. And when it clears, you stand in the ashes of your own doing, wondering, what just happened? Regret cuts deeper than anger ever could. That's the price of letting your emotions drive without brakes. Love can turn to war in a blink. Peace dies quietly when you let your mood swing harder than your fists ever could. You think you're in control, but you're not. You're strapped in, screaming from the back seat, while rage grabs the wheel and laughs like a maniac. The moment someone triggers you, they don't just live rent-free in your head. They own the deed. They push the button and control your reaction. That's not strength. That's slavery. Silent, invisible, brutal. Epictetus said, anyone who can anger you becomes your master. Hear that? Not an opponent. Not equal. Master. They say one thing and you explode. That's not a reaction. That's obedience. That's bowing down to every insult, every jab, every whisper that cuts just right. A man without command of himself is just a loaded weapon. No safety, no aim, no discipline. Just noise, damage, and apologies that never land quite right. People will poke the fire just to watch the sparks fly. It entertains them. Because most men are walking grenades with hair triggers. No timing, no pause, just emotional demolition disguised as authenticity. But the Stoic man, he's the bomb that never explodes. He absorbs the pressure, feels every ounce, but never bleeds on those who didn't cut him. His power is in his pause. His strength is in the silence that makes weak men uncomfortable. He doesn't need to shout to make the room listen. Emotion is energy, raw, untamed, like wildfire through dry grass. And if you speak when the flames are high, you risk burning everything you've sworn to protect. Friendships, relationships, trust, self-respect. It's not about spitting venom you can't take back. It's not about destroying moments that could have been saved with one calm breath. That's the truth nobody teaches. It's not about suppressing what you feel. It's about owning it so it doesn't own you. Stillness is a weapon, not a retreat, not weakness. A weapon. You might think walking away is soft. Try walking away from a fight when every fiber of your ego begs you to enter. Try saying nothing when every part of your past screams to attack. That's not cowardice. That's control. That's standing in the fire and refusing to burn. That's your highest self, taking the wheel back from the beast inside. So when the surge hits, pause. When the insult stings, pause. When disrespect chokes your lungs, pause. Breathe like you're pulling yourself back from the edge of a cliff. Sip water like it's a ritual. Step outside like the ground inside can't hold your peace. Because once you survive that wave, you win. You stay intact. You remain the ruler, not the wreckage. The strongest men still feel the earthquake. They just don't let it break their spine. They still feel the heat. They just don't set fire to everything around them. They cry in silence, but walk like kings. Pain hits, but they don't flinch. That's not apathy. That's discipline, forged in the furnace of chaos. Let emotions visit, but don't let them move in. They are messengers, not rulers. Storms, not architects. And if you let them build inside, they'll turn your soul into a battlefield where peace can't survive. Don't feed what you want to kill. You say you want peace, but your hands are stained with your own destruction. You talk about growth, but water the weeds. You beg for clarity, then dive headfirst into noise that numbs your spirit. You don't want healing. You want the illusion of change without the pain of letting go. And that's the tragedy. You keep petting the wolves that already tore pieces from your soul, then cry when they snarl again. That's not healing. That's self-betrayal dressed in denial. Your mind is not a landfill, but you treat it like one, scrolling for hours, swallowing filth disguised in pixels, then wondering why your thoughts feel heavy and your chest hollow. Every app you open is a door, and behind some of them, something sacred dies a little. Not all poison kills instantly. Some just dull your spirit until you forget what it felt like to be alive. You keep feeding the beast with your time, your energy, your presence. And it grows, not because it's strong, but because you won't starve it. If you want power, cut the cord, block the number, leave the group chat. Treat gossip like the poison it is. Don't just mute the noise, exile it. Delete what doesn't sharpen you. You're not soft for doing that. You're sovereign. And every time you say no to garbage disguised as entertainment, you reclaim an inch of your kingdom. This isn't self-help. It's spiritual warfare. You either sharpen the sword or watch it rust. Marcus Aurelius whispered truth from the edge of chaos. The soul takes on the color of its thoughts. What do you expect when you spend your days marinating in drama, doom, and dopamine? When you bathe in bitterness and beg for peace? It doesn't work like that. You become what you consume. Your spirit is a mirror, and lately it's cracked. Not because you're broken, but because you keep pressing your face against things never meant to hold your reflection. You can't walk with poison in your pocket and pray for purity. You can't dance with the devil and hope he forgets your name. Every time you entertain the old, the toxic, the hollow, you breathe life back into your own destruction. You resurrect the version of you that cried for help months ago. And you don't even flinch. This isn't about discipline. It's about desperation. Because if you don't stop feeding what's draining you, it will consume everything. Your mind, your focus, your fire. It won't stop until you stop. Until you spit it out. Until you choke on the comfort and scream, enough. You know exactly what's rotting your peace. You've known for months. You just keep dressing it up in excuses. But your soul is starving. For silence, for purity, for truth that doesn't come with a notification tone. Give it that, or lose it. Because if you don't kill it now, it will be the death of everything you could have been. Detach from what you cannot control, or it will control you. Right now you're gripping ghosts, white-knuckling memories, banging on doors that closed years ago, as if your voice could rewrite time. You're bleeding your sanity into situations that were never yours to command. And what do you gain? A cracked mind, a hollow chest, a soul that forgot how to rest. You call it hope, but it's self-torture dressed as fantasy. You call it love, but it's addiction to approval. You call it ambition, but it's obsession with outcomes that spit in your face. Every second spent trying to bend the wind, you lose pieces of yourself to a storm that doesn't know or care about your name. You keep trying to fix people who are in love with their own chaos. You replay old arguments, hoping the past will apologize if you rewind enough. You check your phone, craving signs, as if God hides in notifications. You crave control so deeply, you'd rather drown in anxiety than admit the truth. You never had control to begin with. Epictetus said it plainly. Some things are up to us, some things are not. But your ego doesn't want wisdom. It wants results, guarantees. So you grip tighter, push harder, get louder, until you're exhausted, trying to lasso lightning with bare hands. But what if control isn't power? What if real power is letting go before it burns you alive? Let that sink in. Letting go isn't passive, it's savage. It's screaming into your pillow instead of texting them again. It's deleting the app instead of stalking what you can't change. It's walking away from conversations that taste like poison and smell like the past. When you finally detach from what you cannot control, you don't become weak. You become untouchable. You stop shrinking yourself to fit into rooms you've outgrown. You stop begging for closure from people who profit off your confusion. You stop waiting for life to hand you peace and build it, brick by bloody brick, yourself. You don't control the weather, but you choose whether to walk through the storm or let it break you. You don't control their opinion, but you decide if it rents space in your mind. You don't control the future, but you control your stance. Chin high, spine straight, soul armored. So when your thoughts start to spiral, grip the only weapon that truly works. Detachment. Razor-sharp detachment. The kind that cuts cords, breaks patterns, frees your mind from parasites that feed on your energy. Say it out loud, like a battle hymn. Not mine to carry, not mine to fix, not mine to die over. And the moment you say that, and mean it, you don't just walk away. You rise. You become free. From the storm, you become the eye of it. Train your mind like a warrior, not a wanderer. You don't just wake up and decide to be a warrior. You rip your mind out of chaos, clawing like a beast escaping a nightmare. Life isn't waiting politely. It's a raging hurricane, throwing knives at your face every second. Every moment your mind drifts, lost like a stray bullet, drowning in distraction or paralyzed by fear. You bleed power you'll never get back. The world doesn't care if you wander aimlessly, and neither should you. It's time to train your mind like a warrior, raw, ruthless, relentless. Marcus Aurelius didn't scribble pretty words. He forged them like a battle axe, hammered in the fires of endless war. You have power over your mind, not the chaos outside. That line is a thunderclap, a brutal slap to the face for anyone pretending the storm around them holds the keys. The real empire, the unbreakable kingdom, lives inside your skull. If your mind is a crumbling fortress, your life will fall with it, fast and loud. Your thoughts are soldiers, each one either sharpening your edge or dragging you into the dirt. Every belief you entertain is a war flag, raised to conquer or waved in surrender. Most wait for their soul to shatter before the fight begins. Not you. The true warrior doesn't wait for the storm to hit. They build armor from silence, strength from solitude, and weapons forged in the fires of discipline. This is the battlefield where legends are made or lost, in the quiet moments nobody sees. When you grab that journal in the morning and spill your truth, you're training for war. When you close the phone, shut out the noise, and stare into your own chaos without blinking, you're winning battles no one knows about. Every time you swallow the urge to flee discomfort and stand firm, your mind hardens like steel hammered on an anvil. Every second you reject distraction, you build a fortress no enemy can breach. The storm can't own you. Mental control isn't perfection. It's blood in your teeth and fire in your veins. It's seizing your mind's cowardice by the throat and dragging it back into battle. Ignore this, and your mind becomes a puppet, dancing to the poisonous tune of empty trends, shallow approval, and the crushing weight of regret. You'll waste hours chasing ghosts, bowing to voices that don't honor your soul. One day, you'll wake to find a stranger staring back in the mirror, and the war will already be lost. Train like a demon forged in the chaos of silence and solitude. Make your mind a fortress of lightning and stone. Sharpen it with brutal truth. Arm it with relentless reason. Cleanse it in the harshest stillness. Because when the storm hits, when the world screams for your surrender, your mind won't crumble or run. It will roar. It will stand unshakable, unbreakable. It was born for this. The world is a ravenous beast, gnashing at the edges of your mind, pulling you into chaos with claws dipped in madness. It screams for your attention, drags you into noise so loud your soul can't breathe. But you, a stoic warrior, you don't bend, you don't break. Real power isn't the fantasy of controlling everything outside. It's the savage, iron grip of control over the battlefield inside your own skull. Your thoughts, raw, brutal, untamed. Your emotions, like wildfires you don't feed but master. Your focus, sharp enough to cut through the storm. Your response, unshakable, cold as the void. This is your weapon. This is your fortress. You don't need more noise choking your sanity. You need to burn it down until only pure clarity scorches the earth. The chaos outside will howl. Let it. You are the storm's eye. Calm, silent, lethal. Your mind isn't a cage. It's a war zone. A throne forged in hellfire and ice. A kingdom where every moment you choose. Prisoner or king, broken or untouchable. The world wants to drag you into the mud. But you were born to rise. Razor sharp and relentless. The war is inside. The victory is yours. If this shook you to your core, tear that like button apart. Shout your affirmation in the comments like a battle cry. Share this with the lost souls who need this madness burning in their veins. Subscribe. Build an army of minds sharpened by chaos and unbroken by storms. Let the world quake at your silence. Let your discipline roar louder than the madness. Your mind is your empire.